when Swin came into New Brunswick and other corporate interests, they usually seek what is referred to as a social license, which is really approval of the community. But we didn't see that in New Brunswick. And we don't see it in many communities across the country. But what is emerging globally is, and it's a long-held principle, that regardless of whether corporations, in terms of particularly extracting corporations like mining and natural gas and oil, even if they have the legal right to do the work or the political support from government, if people in a local area do not give support to that kind of development, it does not and should not go ahead. Globally, there has been a huge response against fracking because there is no question. You can speak of any country in which fracking has occurred and there has been huge environmental and health damage. We have it in Western Canada, we have it in the United States. We know the health impact because it's documented. Even animals die. Cows are dying. And there are huge health issues related to what fracking does in terms of the burning of the methane or what's in the water. And much of what's in that water that goes down, we don't know because it's protected by proprietary rights, meaning that companies don't legally have to tell us what is there. So what Don't Frack PEI is saying here in Prince Edward Island, we need to organize, and we need to organize communities right across the province because we are really one community here. And we need to weigh the merits, the potential possibilities of fracking against the problems that fracking brings. And we say that social license should be the most critical issue. That if people in this province do not want fracking, then there should be no fracking. Because we have enough evidence to know that there will be huge environmental and health damage in the province. And so, you know, the argument that it's economic for a short term certainly doesn't really match the argument that we need to protect our drinking water. It is our only source. It is under huge, huge stress and pressure at the moment. We know the impact of the potato industry on our drinking water. We know that much of our groundwater is now contaminated by nitrates and pesticides. And even farmers, and Andrew can attest to this, will say at public meetings that 10% of water wells are contaminated by pesticides in this province. And we don't even test for it. So we need to seriously consider this issue of fracking and ensure that our government does not give any right to any corporate interest to come into the province and frack. And I think we need to use social license because it's a century-old doctrine that local people, community people, should have the final say over what happens to their land and their water. And increasingly our environmental and health laws are not as strong as they should be. In fact, they're being really destroyed at the moment in terms of the environmental laws, which makes it much easier for corporate interests to get their way, particularly in the extracting industries such as oil and natural gas. If we're going to stop fracking, and this is well known as a way to deal with the issues, the public needs to know what the issue is all about. In the United States, even the state of Vermont and New Jersey, but Vermont was the first state, very similar to Prince Edward Island, in terms of depending on groundwater and agriculture and tourism. They have banned fracking, which is a wonderful movement. And New Jersey has done the same. Hawaii has also done it. Why can't the province of Prince Edward Island do the very same before any other movement takes place in terms of granting corporate rights to come in and really frack 50% of the province? I mean, the potential is there.